All right, well, welcome everybody. Here to talk to you about our Introduction to Sample Systems course. And so I want to give you an update about what we're going to talk about in session 2. Just as a reminder, the entire course is built into a number of different pieces of subject matter. So last week we talked about inputs to design, and now we're going to start talking about the general requirements we have for an analyzer sample system. And in this session that's coming up, we're going to do the first part of it, which is going to talk first about a couple of definitions. We're going to make sure we all understand. It's really important, when we try to do training like this, that we all understand what we mean by certain terms and what they mean to us. Put a quote up there that, explaining without defining is like building a house without a foundation. Everything crumbles shortly after you get started. So we have to make sure we're all coming at this from the same page. So we're going to talk about what we mean by a process analysis system, and we're going to talk about what we mean by a sample system. And then we're going to go into further detail about that sample system piece and what makes up a complete sample system. We want to talk about what are all the things that it comprises of, and what are all the functions we're trying to achieve when we design a sample system for a process analysis system. So we're going to define first what a sample system really is, and then we're going to start hitting on one of the major requirements, which is to get useful numbers. Some people refer to this as representative sampling, and I'll talk a little bit about that and why I try to avoid that word, because I think it gets overused a little bit, and it has too many different meanings. So we're going to talk about what we mean by useful numbers, and then we're going to talk about the subjects of accuracy, how we define accuracy in a system, and why it's really a difficult thing to always quantify. And then we'll talk about precision, or how repeatable our systems are, and why sometimes that's a better measurement for what we want to do in a process analysis system. And then finally, if we have time, we're going to start talking about what makes up a safe and reliable system. So we want to talk about the suitability and compatibility of the components we use, and what we've done with that sample to make it suitable and compatible for the analyzer we've chosen to use. Remember, in the previous session, we talked about our 6 W's, and the last of them was which analyzer are we going to use, which type of components are we going to use in our sample system. So this is where we start to really get into this suitability and reliability part. As a quick reminder, this course is offered online through Zoom and via LinkedIn Live. We expect it's going to run 12 or so segments that'll be between 90 and 120 minutes long, 60 to 90 minutes of content, some time for questions and answers. All that slides and content will be available to the people who sign up for the class. The sessions are recorded and will be put on our website, and you can sign up for these at insightanalytical.com. Thanks everybody. Hope to see you in session 2.